Hello everyone, welcome to the second PUC online classes of Gopalswamy PU College, Mysuru. I am Suma, economics lecturer. In today's session of the theory of consumer behavior, that is the second chapter of microeconomics, let us learn about the optimal choice of a consumer. The optimal choice is one in which the consumer prefers to buy the products, the combination of two products which give him optimum level of satisfaction. So, optimum is nothing but it is meant as most preferred. Among all the products that are available, the consumer prefers to buy a particular set of goods, a particular combination of goods. This is called as the most preferred combination of goods that particular consumer wishes to buy. You all know that budget set is one which is a set of all possible combinations which give him the maximum level of satisfaction with available income and prices. So, here we have to draw the indifference curves, and out of that which is the one which he is most preferring because it matches to his budget line, that we should derive. So, the optimum point of a consumer is the point at which the budget line touches one of the indifference curves would be the optimum, that is the maximum level. So, optimum is to prefer the goods, prefer the combination of goods that are available in the market for him at his level of income and with the given prices. So, in the case of monotonic preference, the rational consumer goes on preferring the same product over the years because it gives him the maximum level of satisfaction. But in the case of the optimal choice, the consumer will not go on the same combination of two products. He has different combinations. So, among the available different combinations, the consumer prefers the one which gives him most satisfaction and he prefers it to the most, and even that particular combination should also suit to his budget line. So, the assumptions for the optimal choice of consumer are like this. The first assumption is the income is constant. The income of the consumer is constant. He goes to the market with a certain amount of income, and out of that income he searches the combination of two products because the budget set contains the combination of two products which gives him maximum level of satisfaction. So, here he goes to that particular budget set and he picks that only because it suits to his budget or his income, because he has a constant income every time when he enters the market. The second assumption is price of the commodities are constant. So, it is that optimal choice of a consumer is calculated when the price of the commodities are also constant. So, the prices may vary at different time, but when this particular consumer enters the market, the prices of the commodities are constant and there will be no differences in the prices. The third assumption is consumer is well aware of the indifference curve. Indifference curve is one in which he is indifferent to the products, that is, he is not interested to the product, to the combination of those products, so only he is not preferring them. So, the indifference curves are the combination of two goods which give the consumer same level of satisfaction. So, he has a combination of different products. Each combination of the two products in these groups, in this budget set, will make him to decide any one among them because that particular set only is going to suit his budget line and then he prefers to buy that one only. So, here in this diagram you have three indifference curves, the IC1, IC2 and IC3. So, the indifference curve 1 is one which is inferior to his budget line. So, he has brought a little more income and so only he is not preferring this. So, he is not going to buy this. So, and the next one is the IC3, that is, so indifference curve 3. The indifference curve 3 is beyond his budget. So, and again the preferences that he has as a set of two combinations in this indifference curve is also not preferable by him. So, the the IC2, that is the indifference curve 2, is tangent to the budget line, or it touches the budget line, and therefore this rational consumer buys that product only, or buys that combination of two product only, because it satisfies both his tastes and preferences, and also it matches to his budget. Let's come to the fourth assumption. The fourth assumption of the optimal choice of consumer is consumer behaves rationally and tries to get maximum satisfaction. So we all go to the market with the intention of getting maximum satisfaction with the available income. So each consumer prefers to have maximum satisfaction for his investment or for his expenditures, wherein each producer wishes to have maximum profit. So the relationship between the producer and consumer is vice versa in terms of the income and expenditure. So here the consumer behaves rationally and tries to get maximum satisfaction with his limited income. The consumer goes to the market with the limited income, and his income is always constant. With that limited income, he wishes to have that particular combination of goods which give him maximum satisfaction. Suppose when we go to the market, we may see different types of goods and products which give the same level of satisfaction. Here that particular indifference curve, that is the IC2, gives him the maximum satisfaction, and he buys the combination of mangoes and bananas. So there may be grapes and apples, or there may be watermelon or the pineapple. So there are different combinations for him to buy, because the satisfaction is very important, because consumer is well aware of the tastes and preferences of himself. So always a consumer prefers ultimately that particular combination or that particular goods which yields him maximum level of satisfaction. One man's choice may not be the same of the another. One person's taste may differ from the other. So the tastes and preferences of the consumers are not identical always. So the tastes and preferences vary, and that particular product, that particular combination of product which gives him the maximum level of satisfaction should also suit his budget. So here the consumer is rational. His rational behavior suggests him to buy that particular combination of goods which suits to his pocket as well as which yields him maximum level of satisfaction. So you all know that minimum is there, maximum is there, and above all we have the optimum, that is the most preferred product or the most preferred one, because that gives me the maximum satisfaction above the maximum level. So it is beyond the maximum level, and he prefers to buy that particular combination only because it matches to his pocket and it suits to his demands, or it satisfies his, gives him the maximum level of satisfaction. The next assumption is consumer has well defined preferences over the set of all possible bundles. So consumer's preferences are well defined. So he goes to a market and there he sees different sets of combinations, different bundles of two products. So he may buy any of the combination of the products, but since he is a rational consumer and he is well aware of the indifference curves, so then he prefers that particular combination only to which he is not indifferent. Indifferent is that one. Indifferent means that he is not having interest on those combinations. So among the combinations of indifference curve 1, indifference curve 3, indifference curve 2 and indifference curve 3, he is indifferent to IC1 and IC3, and he is preferring the indifference curve 2 only because the products that are combined in that indifference curve are one which give him maximum level of satisfaction. Optimal choice of a consumer is one which suggests him or which allows him to buy that particular combination of goods which are going to be helpful for him in both the ways, giving him maximum level of satisfaction as well as which suits to his level of income. The optimum point would be located at the budget line. So here I will say the optimum point is A, because the indifference curve that is lying below the budget line would not be, it cannot become optimum because it is not suitable to his level of income, and also the combination of the products that are there in this indifference curve 1 may also not help him to attain his tastes and preferences, may not match his tastes and preferences. So here the optimum point would be A. The point above this optimum point would not also be a preferred one, and the point below this optimum point would not also be a preferred one. So here at this particular point of A, this consumer attains maximum level of satisfaction. So being consumers, each one of us have experienced this when we enter to the market. When we all go to the market, we have our own budget set. According to that only we go on searching for the combinations of the goods that are available to us in that particular market and which gives us the maximum level of satisfaction. So in the case of monotonic preferences, the consumer being a rational one always prefers the same product which gives him maximum level of satisfaction, and there he does not worry about the other combinations also, because he enters the market with one such particular combination or with an intention of buying one such particular product which he is practicing or which he is buying over a period of time, and it is a time tested product for him, so that he has the trustworthiness of that product and he doesn't wishes to change the product, so that he is satisfied with the utility that that particular product is giving to him. In the case of indifference curve, it varies. So here in the case of the optimal choice, among all the other combination of the products that are available to him, he goes to buy that particular combination of products which give him the maximum level of satisfaction. Here he is a person who wishes to go for variety. Since his choices are not monotonic here, he prefers to go for the other combinations also, and he tries other combinations also, and whichever the combination that suits to his income is the preferred one for him. And among the other combinations also, he may have the products which are preferable by him based on his tastes and preferences, but here he compromises with the budget set. He compromises with his budget and also with the products available in that particular combination. So he is a rational consumer. He goes for varieties in this particular optimal choice of consumer, because he is not a monotonic preference one, because he is not selecting the product based on the monotonic preferences, and even after that also he is selecting that particular combination of product to avail the utility out of them, and that particular product's utility will give him both the maximum level of satisfaction and it helps him to go within his budget, because the budget, most of the time the consumer's budget in the market will not match to the price of the commodity, and most of the time he comes or he returns without getting his demands satisfied. Since there are 4 determinants of demand, the first one is the price of the goods, the second one is the price of the related goods, the third one is the income of the consumer, and fourth one is the tastes and preferences. Here the assumption says you that income is constant. So the determinant of the demand is income. So that income he is already having. So he goes to the market with some amount of income. And then the fourth determinant is the priorities of the consumer based on the tastes and preferences of himself. Here he follows the tastes and preferences. So here he prefers that particular combination of goods which gives him the maximum level of satisfaction, his available income and at the existing prices, because the income of that person and the prices of these products are constant at a given period of time, and there he is made to choose a particular combination, and so that he brings that particular combination of products only. So this is about the optimal choice of the consumer. So A question will be asked to you as explain the optimal choice of the consumer with the help of a diagram. Then you should write this diagram and also the assumptions, and you should give an explanation about the diagram and as to how the consumer prefers the product among the other indifference curves. So this is about the optimal choice of consumer. I wish to end today's session with a thought for the day. Today's thought is, nothing is permanent in this world, not even our troubles. This is the famous quote of the great actor Charlie Chaplin. So here he says, he wishes to say here that nothing is permanent. So why to worry on temporary things? Instead, better to concentrate on present. So if we concentrate on the present, then the future will be taken care of. We should be not worrying much about the future, better to take care of today. We have seen that most of the time we are worried about one or the other things and we think that there will be no solution for our problems. So he says that nothing is permanent. Even if we worry or if we don't worry, then also the problem will move and some solution will be found for it. It is just a waste of time sitting and worrying on the issues, because time is the biggest healer. The time resolves all our problems, and for that it is waste to worry. So nothing is permanent in this world, not even our troubles. Many of us think that if we come across some problem or if we are stuck in any of the troubles, then we think that it is difficult for us to come out of this, because it is permanent. For every problem there is a solution, and for every trouble there is a remedy. So we should be optimistic and we should be always hopeful. So our faith in God will lead us to be hopeful. So the God knows how to turn the situation and He will give the remedies at the right time. So it is better not to worry on the things. Charlie Chaplin says that nothing is permanent in this world, not even our troubles. So people think that if they are successful at one or the other time, then they think that it is permanent. Even that is also not permanent. Even our troubles or problems are also not permanent. Everything is temporary. As the time goes by, everything changes. So with this, I wish to conclude today's session. Thank you.